Now let's see what happens when Tenacious and I are forced on the defensive. I have a feeling here we might be seeing a ton of defensive win games here, and it's going to come back down to the dreaded stopwatch.
Yeah, I mean, last time Tenacious and were playing, I remember Error the Nerd pretty much being the defensive carrier every single time they managed to come over onto red. I mean, you know, it was sort of the classic C was where all the teams came unstuck, and Error the Nerd, yeah, just as an engineer on the last game that they played, or the last game they had during the heats, he was pretty much spot on for defense. So yeah, this will be an interesting one. I don't know whether or not, you know, perhaps Wile E. Coyote might be slightly bolstered by that nice defensive win, and they might be able to push it out and just, you know, absolutely wreck it. But we shall see.
Thing is, though, you know, you say about Error the Nerd, he's gonna get so much attention now. You're gonna get stabbed, son. Oh, the old-fashioned "that's the sentry behind you" trick. Yeah, I ain't gonna fool Rob. Oh dear, this is not looking good. And Wile E. Coyote are immediately all over that point.
Yeah, that is going to take at the very least crits and stickies to take them down, but that point is already done.
That was fast. That's pretty fast, even by our standards. We've seen some fast attacks before, and this is against a Premier team as well. I'm not sure what, you know, Tenacious N are thinking here. Maybe got strat in mind. That's a crits heavy. That's an Uber to counter. Oh dear God, all the Ubering going on, and I think Tenacious N just defended that.
Yeah, they've managed to pull that defense back, but you know, they did it with, they've got 8 minutes that they have to defend a single point, and you know, I would have thought, you know, back maybe when we started these ones, perhaps at this point they had an easy game, but I don't know, B seems to have been that wild card of the game where it can either go down really, really easily or just never be taken at all. But I think C now has kind of taken over as that, and B seems to be a sure win for the most part, and I don't know, Wile E. Coyote, they do look like they're putting up strong attacks, certainly more consistently than Tenacious N did last round.
Oh wow, who's that? Mazmic there, nice heavy work, just moving up confidently, got a team behind him. That's the thing, actually, being a heavy need actually is a really good team behind him in case you get backstabbed or whatnot. Oh, this ain't looking good though. Suddenly the Wile E. Coyote warpath engage.
That was excellent work by Burnsy there as well. I don't know, I mean, he just about managed to get that Sapper on the sentry, but it worked perfectly because pretty much whoever it was managed to take the sentry down just a couple of seconds after that Sapper was on there, and there was no way that it was going to stay up, and yeah, very nicely done. Again, I think he definitely helped quite considerably in that push there.
Burnsy, you angling for an MVP, man. You're going the right way about it. And you know, suddenly the flame war begins, and Burns. You keep out Burnsy now. But the other thing I'm seeing though with blue team, they are getting a bit lucky with the crits. Unusually so, even by our standards. There's a lot of crits flying out from them. Oh dear, those ain't looking good. Can they grab point C? This is the thing now. This is looking a bit weird. I mean, I'm not sure what's going on right now. I mean, suddenly we had this massive attack from Wile E. Coyote and it's just kind of petered out all of a sudden. What is going on? Their team must be up to something. Well, they're on point. Well, this is interesting. Okay, we've got some other developments happening in other areas. Oh no, yep, I think I know what scene is going to hurt. Yes, that interesting teleporter there from Epic Kill. I'm not sure what's going on there. But yeah, that's something. Thing is, actually, you might be playing a very clever game there. You actually get round to point D, come from the back, that might work, and you set up nice for point D. That's probably a proper setup. And look at point C, actually, it's under-defended. If, you know, Wile E. Coyote were a bit more confident with their movements, they might have actually gone straight for C, and, you know, because a ton of red team went straight for A. other side of the map completely.
Good Uber here, actually. I think they would be able to pull out C, to be honest. I think they might be able to take it, but it's just that classic sentry spot as well.
This is the thing right now, though. That sentry is the biggest problem with, you know, the team right now. I mean, this is where, you know, coming around from the B route is really helpful because it's the best counter way to get around that, or coming from point D, which is hairy at best. But again, we might see teams getting doomed here on point C. I mean, this was like the first match we played. Who was it? I think it was Wile Coyote versus Awesome Egyptians, and that was a game and a half. I mean, that, you know, that came to timer. Seven minutes on the clock. This is the thing, though. I mean, where Wile Coyote have had a massive advantage is those good initial pushes, and it's given them a ton of time to get stuff done in.
That is some excellent work by Base Squirrel there. That is just... Every single time he plays Pyro, he always plays the team-oriented Pyro, and it works so, so nicely. I mean, you know, Sentry is down now, but, you know, when you look at that, Error the Nerd and Base Squirrel, they're kind of a team when it comes to defending in that regard. And, yeah, that works really, really nicely.
This is the thing. The thing with point C is it always looks so tempting that it's just about crumbled, but then it hasn't really. Oh! Up the ramp! No! Go away! The shove piggy shove mode of TF2 when pyros go bad. Ooh, okay. Interesting developments. Oh wow! That Rover there, capping as a lone sniper on C. Like, yeah, I got this. Nope. But that was some ballsy attempt there. I think, you know, shout out to him. He knew it needed to be done. He needed to take C. He went up as sniper. That, you know, that takes balls. Now the thing is, I think if that went a little bit, that was where, you know, if the shots had missed a bit, maybe something. I think they might have had that, but, you know, not enough.
Yeah, I'm not sure. I think it might have been possibly Tatum and Captain Unicorn. I think Tatum managed to throw out an Uber, and that was obviously blown off by Base Squirrel as they came up the stairs. There was another medic, and I think it was Captain Unicorn. I don't know where he went, but if he had an Uber at that point, they would have had that point easily. You know, he was going up the stairs on the right, and if there'd just been that little Uber there just to keep it defended, and, you know, then Rover could have quite easily capped it by himself, to be honest.
Oh, here we go. Some developments going on. I think we're seeing Uber versus counter Uber. Ah,
I think where the Ubers are going off is actually kind of proving really where the difficulty in this point lies. The point itself is not the hard bit. Once you get on there, every single time we've seen blue team get on there, they've been very, very convincing attacks on the point. It's literally just that sort of, you know, 5-second walk from either the door to E or the door to B to actually get to the point, because you've got a disadvantage height-wise with against red, and, you know, considering how many soldiers and demo men there are, it's kind of, you know, it's almost a literal minefield to try and walk through it, even though it is such a short area.
Well, yeah, it's a no man's land. I mean, the thing is that you get the Uber out, but you're always vulnerable for that entire area, so you can try timing the Uber nicely. I personally say a Pyro is 100% speed, you can get in there straight away. And also, I think the part of the problem is that they're taking that staircase thing, and they should be going up that right-hand staircase, coming right off the balcony, jump down a bit, and go from there. But right now, are they going to be able to push this? No, they're not. The other thing I'm seeing is Cerno. That is a lovely spot he's got there, actually. He's holding that point C intersection. And just popping his head out, keeping an eye on what's going around, and shoot people in the back. That, you know, that's proper cold. But right now, 3 minutes 20. There is time for a plan, but they've got to get one down fast. What is going on here, Deb? Oh, they've got Zan as engineer. Actually, if they keep up the rate, they might be able to, you know, push that with sheer force. But right, they've got to get something going. I think they need something on C. Oh, Blue Shamu, that was unlucky rocket jumping.
The final control point is
Okay. Oh, Burnsy, you turned the worst possible time to turn around. Turns around, turns back, rocket's face falls off. Oh. But this is perhaps the thing what Blue should be doing though, which is stretching Red out more than try attacking 1 point. The thing is, Red team has still got the respawn disadvantage. Trying to thin them out across a broad front might be a better idea than trying to push them in straight in the sea.
Yeah, I think really the problem is, I think some of these attempts on E have been, you know, they've been honest to God attempts, but the thing is, what I don't think we've actually seen any team do this so far is attempt to go around the D area to defend it while they have maybe a couple of less people trying to attack E. You know, all of the attacks on E have been everybody coming straight over from B and standing in the doorway trying to blindly fire all across the cavern, and it's just not a viable way to attack a point with such a long cap time.
So no, they're knowing to get out of dodge. Oh. 1 minute 30. Is this the last best? Well, this is the problem. Every time they get on C, it's just not enough guys, and they start streaming in. Although there's an Uber, can they push this? Oh wow, Slappy there playing the most shuntingest pyro. No, no, try the turnabout tactic on Rob. It didn't work. But this is the thing though, Red just have the point. They're all back on it again. Blue team just ran out of team members. And I think this is where, you know, a good engineer is really required. I mean, we saw that last match where they pushed C with sheer numbers, and it comes down to engineering. A good blue engineer can really win a game.
Yeah, that, to be honest, that was, I think, Wile Coyote's last good attempt there, and to be honest, it does seem to be a lot of it is Error of the Nerd. I mean, had they not had to deal with that sentry, I think they would have been alright, because, you know, they managed to take out pretty much every guy defending C, but then there was the sentry there, everyone forgot about it.
Oh, I'm loving that thing there where basically Rover came in with stick, hit Artemis. Artemis Ubers up with nothing else going on. It was like, oh my god, I've been hurt by stick. But you know, panic Ubers, they're fun. 20 seconds. Can Tenacious then pull one out of their ass? Thing is, they keep the overtime running. If they keep somebody on E, they got overtime. They just... But it's all desperation now. And nope, Red team wins that, so it's 1-1 for Tenacious and Wile Coyote.